powerful times and powerful people are putting on their crown. Yeah, you've been fitted, and it's time to place that crown. It's been, God made it for you. And you're going to be placing the crown on top of you. Leadership. Leaders are rising right now. The new leaders are rising. And we are being supported right now with the light of Christ. And the solar flares, they are activating us, and it's moving the energy around the body. So don't go anywhere. We have a very powerful discussion today, as many people are experiencing ascension symptoms. It's literally hashtag no days off. So that's literally where we are. It's hashtag no days off. And on a constant basis right now, it's a powerful time period, and you're going to see more change. You're going to see more movement in a short amount of time than you did for maybe like a decade. Like it's like a decade in like less than a year. And as you're stumbling into this world famous live stream, I'm very grateful if you would kindly hit the like button so people will get this message. So we just had 8 M-class solar flares. We had a berserker barrage. A berserker barrage. Yeah, it's a... Everyone should write that in the comments. It's a berserker barrage of energy that's coming in to activate us. And you have to realize that you're worthy of putting on your crown. We need people to realize. The truth cannot be told. It has to be realized. You have to realize. People are realizing their true power and potential. Is that you? You have to realize your true power and potential, and you are being supported with the light of Christ, and you are connected like never before. You're going to have to be connected to Source. And when you have a very strong connection to Source, you have inexhaustible energy on a daily basis to create. We're going to talk about ideas. We're going to be talking about how you never bow down to narcissists and trolls. I'm going to talk about Stan Lee and Spider-Man. Yeah, do you love Stan Lee? Do you love Spider-Man? I'm going to share a story to make this very relevant to you, because so many people, right now is the time for you to embrace your leadership role. So you are very strongly connected to Source, and the ideas are flowing like never before. And it's important for you to embrace these ideas, because you, just like Nikola Tesla, you are birthing these things into reality. So as the ideas are flowing, and I shared this the other day, you might have an overflow of ideas, and we're trying to move forward, and all of those ships are kind of backed up, and we can't really get it moving. So, maybe write some of these things down, document them, practice, and don't lose the ideas that you're having. So it's very important. I'm very grateful for everyone that's here. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael, and I discuss the ascension journey, and I make it relevant to everyday life people. So please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new, and let's take a journey of self-discovery. So right now we have a berserker barrage of solar flares that are activating us and that are activating our crown, our connection to God. And this is a time period for you to embrace your leadership role. So, we are constantly being bombarded with these solar flares, and you are constantly experiencing ascension symptoms. So you could actually feel a shift maybe in your body, as I've been discussing. The pressure has been at the base of the spine. So you might have a lot of pressure that is at the base of your spine, and it's all of a sudden it shifts. So that's what we're actually seeing right now. That's what I'm experiencing. I'm like, you know what? I got a little relief, and then all of a sudden last night, it was all day, but it was very painful last night. And that's how I know I have to talk about these things. So are you experiencing a massive pressure in your skull? Are you experiencing a headache? And as the energy shifts, you might get relief in one area of your body, And then all of a sudden the pressure goes to a different area of the body, and it's working. That activation is happening in a different area. And what's relevant is you have to have your feet on the ground and your head in the clouds. You are here in this reality right now. You have to have your feet on the ground while having your head in the clouds. Some people are not connected to their higher self. Some people are not connected to the higher realms. And then there's also people that are disconnected to this physical reality. You have to be rational about our journey. We have to have our feet on the ground and our head in the clouds. And it's really, it's really, so to experience, remember, what is energy? Energy is the ability to cause change. So you see a flip, an energy shift. So it could go from the back and now up to the skull. And it sometimes I feel like, wow, like this is like ridiculous that I'm constantly feeling this pain. You know, and I've shared this, you know, some days I might be, you know, spending time laying on the floor, trying to stretch my back out. And it is part of our journey right now, where we are evolving as the surroundings are increasing the vibrational frequency. We are living in a world, ready? We are living in a world that is raising its frequency. Therefore, we have to match the frequency. We have to raise our frequency in order to live here. Epigenetics, right? Epigenetics, meaning above genetics. Your surroundings is going to dictate your vibrational frequency. So we have to kind of navigate this, and more people are becoming empowered and, you know, really like feeling the shift. So, you know, we are totally being bombarded and blasted with solar flares and really dealing with ascension symptoms. And it's really, we have to embrace the power of our voice, you know. And, you know, a lot of you know your Uncle Mike, you know, I come forth with the vibrational frequency of authenticity. That's why I could come on a daily basis. 9 a.m. Eastern time, yeah, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that. When you're authentic, you have a strong voice, and you have to have a very strong voice. You know, it was funny, you know, one of my friends, you know, and she is a representation of the divine feminine. And, you know, we're talking about these energies now moving in different locations. And, you know, she spoke up and she said how this Kundalini energy, that Kundalini fire, it hits different areas. And she went, shoulders back, Kundalini fire up. And it's working on different areas. So, you know, and it's very powerful. It's very powerful. We're seeing the divine feminine speak up, and you know, it's great to see that on my journey, and, you know, empowering people to speak up and feeling that fire, that Kundalini fire that is going to different areas, and you might have things to share with the world. So it's part of my role to empower you, the person that's on this live stream right now. You are going to speak up like never before, and each and every one of us have something to share with the world. We have to get it out to the world. So sometimes, you know, I say, wow, I have to go through this, and, you know, I'm feeling pain, and no one wants to feel pain. But then you are conversating, you are connecting with other people, and they're going through pain as well. So, you know, you might be getting this message, and, you know, you say, oh, like, you know, you feel sorry for yourself. We all kind of go through this, but we're all kind of going through this together. Are you feeling the ascension symptoms? You could hit the starburst in the chat. You could hit the Kundalini fire in the chat. And these solar flares are raising the fire that's inside of you. So the authentic kings and queens are rising right now. The kings and queens, that's the crown. So your crown chakra is being activated. You know, sometimes you look up and you see the corona of the sun. And when you embrace the Son of God, right? the corona of the sun, and you are connected, and some people are disconnected. You got to get in tune. You got to get back to nature. And it is a powerful time period. Embrace who you truthfully are at this time. Embrace the ideas that you have. You are the divine masculine. You are the divine feminine. I'm actually both. Oh yeah, you have to be both. But it's balanced energies. Balanced energies. Stay hydrated with the solar activities. Berserker barrage. It's literally a berserker barrage. 8 M-class solar flares. Boom, 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 boom. You could hit booms in the chat. Booms incoming. You could write booms incoming in the chat as well, in the comments. No, there's booms incoming. We have to rise up. You see, I am the king, right? You are the king, the queen. You have to realize this. If you don't realize this, you are connected to God. You have God-given gifts. You are connected to the light of Christ. That is your crown. That is the corona of the sun. And some people in a rapid pace, some people are disconnected. Some people say, well, how come other people aren't feeling this? How come other people aren't seeing this? You have to understand free will. And free will is the law of the universe. It is, David. David, I appreciate you. It is. So now you have this connection. You have ideas that maybe you kept suppressed. There's so much suppression in the world, and we have to put an end to it. I put up a very powerful video yesterday. Please check that video out if you're new. If you missed yesterday's lesson, check it out. You know, so many people have been suppressed. That suppression is leaving so that you can embrace and embody the true, authentic version of yourself. Some of you might, you like superheroes? Do you like superheroes? I love the superheroes. You know, I talk about the superheroes on this channel, and you, right, you are becoming a superhero. So you might like Spider-Man, but guess what? We might not have had the idea of Spider-Man. Did you know that? Do you love Spider-Man? I love Spider-Man. I love the superheroes, right? So I listened to a chat from Stan Lee, right? Stan Lee was the creator of many of these superheroes, and he discussed how, you know, he was tasked to come up with you know, different superheroes for the comic books, and he was sharing his story, and you know, he had to come up, and he had this idea. And he had this idea of Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. He was crawling walls. He had these superpowers. He had these senses. He was actually a teenager. You know, he wore a mask so anyone could kind of relate. I could say, I could be Spider-Man. You could be Spider-Man, right? And he had real life, everyday life problems. And you know, he had this great idea. And you know, his bosses or the publishers of the comic books, they said, "What is this, Spider-Man? No, don't do this, Spider-Man." And so he said, "Oh shucks," you know, they didn't. He's like, "Oh, superheroes don't have problems. Superheroes aren't like, you know, just a regular teenager." And he said, "Oh shucks." Lisa Patterson, thank you so much for that. So Stan Lee, he kind of put Spider-Man on the side. And then he shared, there was a comic book stream, Amazing Fantasy, and it was going to come to the end. And it was like all assorted things. He said, no one's really going to care. Instead of, you know, doing a full comic on Spider-Man, I'm going to do Spider-Man in an Amazing Fantasy and get it out of my system. So Stan Lee, finally, he took his idea of Spider-Man and he brought it to the world. And he put Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy. And then a little while passed and the numbers came in, right? And his boss came in and he said, you know that Spider-Man guy that we love? right? Oh, because it made all the money, right? So many people resonated. People bought the Spider-Man book. People loved Spider-Man. So now he was now saying, okay, go ahead and make the Spider-Man comic. And that's why those that are you a comic book collector? I was fascinated to learn this story as well. So that's why Spider-Man was in Amazing Fantasy first. That's Spider-Man's first appearance. Amazing Fantasy. It is amazing. You should write down an amazing fantasy, right? So sometimes on our journey, we have ideas, right? That's why if you're showing up every single day on this channel, you could see I'm always bringing new content, different ideas. These are the ideas that come from me, not from the cult, not from narcissists, not from trolls. Every single day, I'm going to speak the truth, and I'm going to talk about a variety of different topics. And there is no, and I learned this on my journey, and I'm paying it forward to each and every one of you. You're going to have to take your ideas, because you will have regret. This is a lesson that I've shared, and I will share it for all eternity. Regret is worse than failure. What a regret, if we never had Spider-Man, because he listened to people gaslighting him. Oh, superheroes don't have problems. Superheroes aren't this. Now we had Spider-Man. So it was a great story, and a lot of you know about Stan Lee. So you might have an idea, and it's coming in right now. Right, we're getting the light of Christ come in right now. You are being fitted for your crown. It's time to embrace. It's time to embrace the ideas that you have, because you could do something that nobody else can do. On my journey, right, there's always going to be people that are going to try to, talk me out of things, or, and I shared this literally in yesterday's lesson. Please check out that video, the law of 80-20, right? Everyone is an individual. And how do you see darkness? How do you see evil, right? When you put things out there, right, listen close so you get it. This is a law of 80-20. When I put things out there, or if I have a friend, you're never going to agree with every person's 100% of everyone's ideas, because everyone has something different. You have to express yourself. We're not carbon copies. We're divine beings, and we're individuals. We're not like a bunch of cyborgs walking around. So you have ideas, right? I have ideas. I will never have regrets. A lot of times on my journey, I do things, this times we fail. There's all different times that we go through things, and we want to present things to the world. And you could say, oh, I tried this and it didn't work out. It failed. But you have to stand up, right? You have to stand up and start believing in who you truthfully are. Because we have so much, just like how we never would have had the superhero Spider-Man, we might not have the superhero that's listening in right now. Every single day on my journey, I know what needs to be done. And I have unwavering. You have to be unwavering. You could never give up. You could never give in. You have to keep moving forward, no matter what, because you will have that regret. You could do things, and what happens is when you're different and you maybe trigger people, they don't like that. And you might make them feel uncomfortable. But you are the king and the queen, and we're receiving this light right now. We're receiving our crown right now. Yeah, you might have a multi-million-dollar idea. Bring it to, Spider-Man was a multi-billion-dollar idea. Spider-Man, right? Remember Stan Lee? Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man, right? We never would have had Spider-Man. But this is what, I don't want to knock my water over. This is what is going on. And you have to stand up. You have to believe. You have to have the inexhaustible belief in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, Light Warriors, if you don't believe in yourself, who the heck is going to believe in you? We need superheroes to rise. Leaders lead. On a daily basis, I train new leaders, right? If you're getting this message, you're on the ascension journey. You are ascending to a higher plane of existence. So powerful. But you have to believe in yourself. I can't believe for you. No one else could believe for you. You're going to have to believe in yourself. That's where we are headed. A higher plane of existence. That's where we are. What superhero are you? Let us know in the comments. That's literally what's happening right now. God has given us superhero powers. And that's the whole premise, is to be relatable. We want to be relatable because it's not like in the past. It was so, people didn't say like, oh ascension, oh this, oh that. It might be different or foreign to them. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe, like if you start saying, oh this ain't real or that ain't real, then it's not real. I see this all the time. And before I really understood these things, I would say to myself, if you're getting this message and there's something you want to do and you say, oh, I could never do that. Well, guess what? You're never going to do it. So that is the driving force. We have to have assistance. We have to have that little nudge that says, you got to get up, son. You got to get going, kid. That little nudge that gets us moving. You have to get the ball rolling. So you might feel uncomfortable. You could raise your hand in the chat. Are you feeling a little uncomfortable with a lot of these ascension symptoms? No one wants to feel pressure in their back all day long. You want to sit there and have pressure in your back all day long? You want to have a massive headache? No, we don't want to have these things. But the energies are shifting. You could see it in the world, the micro and the macrocosm. The energies that are shifting in the world, guess what? These energies are shifting inside of you. Each and every one of us are a representation of the world. T. Knock, 1111. Thank you so much. Eddie Brock was misunderstood. Michael knows. Amazing Spider-Man, number 375. I appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of people were misunderstood. And the more... I talk about the superheroes, right? One of the fascinating characters is Magneto. Do you love Magneto? Some of you know Magneto. And then they have all different alternate timelines and different versions and what you embrace. But in some certain aspects, Magneto was viewed as a bad guy. And then in certain aspects, Magneto was viewed as a good guy. And that's the problem in the world, because a lot of it is perspective. Oh, this is a good guy, this is a bad guy, right? But what is the perspective? What are they actually doing? What's the backstory? So just like, some people, this was actually part of the mutants. If you don't know about the mutants, you know about the X-Men? The X-Men, and then there was Magneto, and he had other mutants and stuff, but there was a lot of attacks. And the government made the Sentinels, right? And the Sentinels, these were the robots, and they came to get the mutants. And in the future, it's called Days of Future Past. They actually made a movie about this. Look it up. But in the comic book, all the mutants, they were wearing a shirt that said Magneto was right. So that's a story, just like you were discussing Eddie Brock. Do you love the comic books? Do you love the superheroes? Well, guess what? These superheroes are a representation of a power that you have inside of you. So just like Magneto was right, was an example, you don't know the full story all the time. Okay, some people are misunderstood. That's why it's so important. One of the most important things that was shared in yesterday's lesson is censorship. And being able to speak the truth. Because if everyone is allowed to speak their truth, then now I understand. And some people are misunderstood. You could get people, you will come across people that they will try to silence you for speaking the truth. They will try to silence you for speaking up. And I shared about this, doing this type of work, being part of the quote unquote, are you a conscious being, right? You will see people in the conscious communities, they're actually full of crap. They're the actual opposite. That's the truth. Hit the like button if that's the truth. Everyone deserves a voice. And if people, they don't like you because you're speaking the truth, then move on, kid. It's not everything is love and light. We don't have to wait around. If people don't want to evolve with you, see you later, kid. Hughes, I appreciate you, Hughes. Thanks, Mike, for real life inspirational love. Yeah, I appreciate. If you love real life evidence, if you love a channel for everyday life people with real life pieces of evidence, why don't you hit the subscribe button? We're here every single day. So many people are waking up right now. So many people are embodying the highest version of themselves. You want to embrace the highest version of yourself? It's not easy because you might trigger people, right? They might not like you. Oh, I don't like this person. And what happens is when you start rising up, and a lot of people know this, like crabs in the bucket. And this is a problem in the subconscious mind. This is a problem with the content of character. Like some people, they talk about ascension, right? Oh, ascension this, everything's a unicorn and rainbow that. But there's a content of character thing. And we're all supposed to be picking each other up. And a lot of people, I see this also, we have a tremendous Facebook community as well. Links are in the description. Hit me up on Facebook. We're seeing it. And you could see people, when you're rising up, I'm going to try to tear them down. Do you witness that? About a week ago, within the past week, go to the channel page. Do you ever come across people that don't like you for no reason at all? They just don't like your frequency. You might be a person, and what I've witnessed, these are the most powerful beings, because you're probably an old soul. You're not one for confrontation. And the people that just wanted to mind their own business, right? Like, I just wanted to be a kid, right? Maybe you're getting this message. You say, you know what? I just wanted to live my everyday life. The people that just wanted to be left alone, and they were antagonized, and they were just not left alone, because you are a higher being. You don't have time for the drama. Save the drama for your mama. And a lot of times we utilize these things as a catalyst. So you might have catalyst events getting you to level up, because otherwise, when you don't have purpose, when you're not, you have to have something that is that driving force. And that we talk about the Sigma archetype. It's on the channel page if you're new. A man of principle, a woman of principle cannot be moved. And the content of character, when you want to support people that you don't even know, and I've seen a lot of people share this. That's why there's a massive sorting happening. You might have had friends that were actually not friends. They were distractions. And the universe, right? The universe, God sent you total strangers. Did you witness that? Oh yeah. Total strangers. Because you have to start realizing this reality is not what you were led to believe. And if you want to know the truth about this reality, you're going to have to start thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And you have to learn about constructive and deconstructive interference waves. One of the first videos I ever did on this channel. And some people might have said, what the heck is this guy talking about, right? But there's going to be people, things, and situations. Together, you're going to make a constructive interference wave, right? Together, you're going to be stronger. Collectively, we're greater than the sum of our parts. And you're going to make a wave that is going to make a massive change. And then there is deconstructive. There could be things set to kind of destroy as the flies are flying around. Then there's say that's a deconstructive, trying to distract me. There's an example right there, right? You got to stay focused, right? Hit the like button. We learn on the fly, right? That's how you see authenticity. Go live, pick up the camera, and just go, right? A little mosquito flying around trying to distract me. That's a deconstructive interference wave. But then I know how to transmute it. So you also have to know how to transmute it. These are the things that you learn if you show up every day on this channel. Right? Let's move forward. Let's strive to become 1% better every single day. So we are getting a lot of energy from the sun. These solar flares are changing us. They are activating us. And it might not make you feel so comfortable, but under great pressure, a beautiful diamond is formed. And you are all beautiful diamonds. Odette is a beautiful diamond. I appreciate you, brother. We already beloved High Commander. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, beautiful diamonds. Hit the diamonds in the chat. Diamonds in the rough. shine bright like a diamond sun, like a diamond sun, like the corona of the sun. It's the crown of Christ. It's time to embrace who you truthfully are. If this message resonated with you at any point today, I'm very grateful for all of you. We collectively can create a constructive interference wave. Everyone today, please hit that like button. Leave a comment down below if you're experiencing this change from the solar activity. And share. And everyone does this together. We create a constructive interference wave. And we will overcome deconstructive interference waves. The people that, there's people, I'm going to try to stop him. I'm going to try to stop her. But that's why it's so important. The more and more that we come together, the more and more that we move as a unit. Move as a unit, kid. The change happens. Embrace us. Embrace one another. Don't judge. It's one of my first videos. Judgment and expectations. You're going to see people, I'm so prestigious, and they start judging you. Get them out of your life. Get out of here. Don't go. You could go in the corner, come back when you're ready to join. That's the truth. That's the truth. Don't judge people. Don't be so quick to judge people. I saw it yesterday. It's wild. Sometimes you might be a content creator. You do something, and you're going to see their content of character. It just comes out. All of a sudden, the content, they didn't even listen to the message. They just showed me. Right? They're going to show you who they don't listen to a word. You might put up a post and you say X, Y, and Z, and they're saying A, B. You said A, B. They didn't even listen to anything. A very powerful video. It's taking off right now from last week. Right? The timeline split, the rapture. They can't hear you anymore. It doesn't matter what you say. And you say, how is this possible? Because they're on a different frequency. They can't hear you. Got to tune a radio station. Turn that dial, baby. Turn that dial. The troops are here. Yeah. So I love each and every one of you. Aspire to become 1% better every single day. Increase your vibrational frequency at least by 1%. It's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. And this is the authentic journey of our everyday lives. So I'm grateful for all of you. Please share this video today. Comment down below. We have TikTok, Facebook, Patreon. We have a new TikTok. We have a new Facebook Reel. We have new posts on Patreon. All the links are in the description. Please share the shift out of this video. I appreciate that very much. Collectively, right? This is authentic and it goes through the people, right? And all we could do is be a lighthouse so people could see this. Hey, you know what? There's an authentic way of doing this, with real life examples from the people. It's always about the people. It's always about the people. Asgard is not a place, it's a people. I did that one a long time ago, remember? The kingdom of God is within everyday life. People, it doesn't change. And your high commander is on the ground. Yeah. I love each and every one of you. Happy Sunday. Get your feet on the ground today. Get barefoot on the ground today. Get barefoot on the ground. Get back to nature. Get the high vibes in your everyday life. I love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. We'll be back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Check out the channel page if you're new. And sharing is caring. It's really the greatest support of all. I know someone is out there listening, and if it resonates, just share it out. Constructive interference waves, and we are interfering with this matrix and bringing in the kingdom of God. High Commander is on the ground. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. Love you all. Keep going, kid.